I put it off to the last minute as usual, and I just want to do it and get it over with. So,
Cotton, come here. Oh.
So Monica's going to kind of film this, and we're going to get this over with as quickly as possible. A nervous wreck is normal, and you don't do this very well. So, all right. You ready,
How are we
Victor?
gonna get your head in it, Monica?
She'll jump back in here soon. All right. Anyway, like I said, thanks for coming. We're just going to jump into this. So, how many have had dogs that haven't worked out? There's many of breeds. I know I have. I've gone through several dogs in my time. And up until we were given a King Charles Spaniel, I never thought I was going to own another dog again. So we ended up with Charlie. He was our pride and joy for a while. And 2 years later, we went ahead and picked up Zoe as our second spaniel. So today, basically, I'm going to be talking about their history, the origin of the spaniel, the physical characteristics, and the social population, or the social personalities of this breed. The breed is most popular in the UK, and since 2000, it's became more popular in the US. This isn't your typical work dog. It's basically bred for companionship and show. It doesn't normally work. They used to have it work out when they went hunting, but soon they found that it was better kept at home. A lot of the nobles used to have these types of dogs because they would keep them around so they could jump on their lap, keep the laps warm in their castles. An article from Camille Golden, she's a canine expert, she says that these dogs have been around since the Roman Empire, and that they were brought to England in the 16th century. Let's see, many of the royalty families, because the lower class couldn't afford to feed these dogs if they weren't working. So if they weren't working, that means they didn't have any use for them. But the royalty families, like Charles I, Charles II, actually had a lot of portraits done with their children and their dogs and hung up throughout their castles. In the 19th century, when King Williams came across, he decided he didn't like the breed as much as the first two did, and they wanted to breed it with a different breed and make it smaller and have a shorter snout on it. So in his home country of Holland, the pug was very popular, and they went ahead and breeded it with that mix. It wasn't until 1926 when Roswell Eldridge had seen the different photos and the paintings that he wanted a new breed brought back out that was more familiar with the ones that were in the painting. And so he actually offered an award for the first breeder that would come along, and with this breed that had the longer snout, and he wanted the red and white Blenheim spot on top of its head. So many breeders tried and failed, and 2 days after Mr. Eldridge passed away, someone finally was able to produce the perfect breed that he wanted. Since then, in 1945, the English Kennel Club recognized this breed, the Cavalier King Charles, and has started registering it as one of the full-bred breeds in their organization. And then in 1996, the American Kennel Club included it as part of its toy category. So now that we got a little bit of history on this, let's go to the physical characteristics. On Dog PhD website, the Cavalier is perhaps the largest toy breed, though historically a lap dog. Modern day fully grown adults tend to fill a lap rather amply. These dogs, their weight goes from anywhere from 13 to 18 pounds. And their height is about 12 to 13 inches tall. Their life expectancy goes from 9 to 14 years. They have a nice medium length coat that's wavy and soft and silky, and they have feathering around their ears, tail, chest, and feet. The most important characteristic on these dogs is the colors of each one. They have 4 different colors. The first one is the King Charles color, which is black and tan. The next one is the Prince Charles, which is a tricolor, has all 3 colors on its coat. They have the Ruby, which is a rich mahogany. And then of course the most popular, which is the Blenheim, which is the red and white. And this is because it's harder to find this breed. Just like Elkridge looked for many years, when we know from experience that in our litters that usually we only get 1 out of the whole litter. The last litter we had 7, and we had 1 of the Blenheim colors. This last litter that we actually only had 1 also out of 6. So it's a very popular color, people are looking for it, and that's one of the main characteristics of this breed. So after the physical characteristics of this, we'll go on to some unique personalities of this breed. And according to an article in Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, not loving but lively, the Cavalier makes friends wherever he goes. The gregarious Cavalier takes as his role model Will Rogers, who famously said that he has never met a stranger. This Cavalier is eager to meet everyone. If you lend him a lap and a treat, even better. He is very friendly, he loves to be pampered, playful, and he's good for everyone, from kids all the way to seniors. So in conclusion with this, if you're ever looking for a breed that you want great companionship with, wants to have full affection, and is a good inside dog, playful and social, and gets along well with everybody, this would be the breed that I would highly suggest you check out. Either ask a breeder or look up some more research on the internet. There's a lot of information out on them. And from Mickey Rooney, he once said in an interview, "We have a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Sir Digby. No matter how hectic life gets, we know when he gets home, our precious little companion is there with loving eyes waiting for us." So, if anybody had any questions about this breed, I would be glad to answer them. And that's it.
What was that dog's name, Sir Digby?
That was in his interview. It was called Sir Digby. Yeah. So, but
You find yours loving and
I do find mine loving, and some days I feel like kicking it to the curb. But for the most part, they are probably one of the best breeds I've had.
very
Very,
lively.
very lively. Yes.
Do they shed?
Very little. They do shed, but it's mostly in the wintertime. They're not like, your Shelties or anything. The Shelties, every time they touch anything, it's everywhere. These here, we keep ours their coats pretty short. Even if you let them grow out long, so the feathering is prominent on them, very little shedding. It's not like you'll sit down and be covered in hair. So, yeah, they definitely take pampering well. So grooming them normally on a daily basis is a good idea.
They won't have hair than the fur.
Yeah, they have more. It's more hair than like that coarse fur that's on them. So.
So now time they really lose it's in the spring. Or start warming up, they start thick.
Yep, and that's
thinning their coat
usually
out.
when they thicken their coat, then we go ahead and shave them down. So have never been big on hairy dogs that shed everywhere because it's just like those I see more as outside dogs. Yeah, these are inside dogs. I don't have to worry about someone coming over and having to clean off my couch before they sit down. They sit down, there's usually not any hair there. So
Are they easy to train?
they are very easy to train. They actually, if you put the time into them, and they are very well encouraged by treats. But yeah, ours I can get them to sit and lay down, and that's about all the time I've taken with them. But you know, I think there's a lot of them that I know that have gone out and they can be completely trained. They're very easy. They listen. Ours don't run off, and I think that was one of our biggest problems with our other breeds that we had. Is as soon as that door would open up, they'd be half a mile down the road. These here, you call them back, they listen, come back to do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes they push their limits, but they know when to come back. So
How's the potty training?
potty training was easy. I have a doggy door, and you know getting the first one trained was the hardest. After that, it was like they just followed the leader. Even after our first litter, most of them would just follow along right up to the door. So
Wow.
it was pretty simple on the training part for the potty training. We still have access, but usually it's because we've left them long periods of time, and this breed does not like to be left alone. They like to either go with you, or in short phases they can last, but they're very excited to see you when you get home. So
Yep. Does your fence keep them in?
yes, my fence keep them in except for that one section back there. It's kind of open, but between me and the neighbors, we've blocked it up because they don't want them in their yard, and I don't want them in mine. So.
Well, you can't finish the job?
Oh, I tried, they're shedding in the way.
So anyway, thanks for coming and listening to me. I appreciate it. I know this was last minute, but it's been a blast. Doing this.
Liar.
Procrastinator.
Yes, I was a procrastinator, but it's done now. And y'all can enjoy the treats that Monica's she prepared them by scratch, I think.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and help yourself.
And scratch
Got rid of
the
those
box open.
boxes, right? So,
Yeah.
You get a cookie?
thank you.